Happy Monday, everyone. It is the 15th of January, 2024, and off the back of all of your great questions around citizenship and passports, a lot of you starting to ask questions around voting in the all-important upcoming elections this year, particularly around registration and voting if you are abroad. So I've only got 10 minutes. I'm going to rattle through this as quickly as I can. Number one, please register or re-register to vote. If you just go on to elections.org.za, which is the IEC's website, it says register to vote. Click on that link if you are in South Africa. Underneath it, it says register to vote abroad. If you're abroad, click on that one. It is a different portal to the one for people voting, registering to vote in South Africa. And underneath that, it says check your voter registration status. So if you are already registered, if you're on the voters roll and it shows the correct voting station where you intend to vote this year, then it's good. You don't need to do anything. If it shows a different voting station, if you've changed countries or immigrated, you can use the same link to go and re-register to update your details. If you... For those of you abroad, you need to have a valid ID book and a valid passport in order to register or re-register and also to be able to vote, so on voting day itself. Please check your expiry dates. So elections can take place anytime between May and August, but chances are we're going to have a May election, and I'll get into that in a minute. If you are already registered, even if it shows the wrong voting station, you need to change that. But your passport is expired or due to expire really soon, please get your passport application in now. We can try and chase it as best as we can to try and make sure it is back in time. When the president announces the date of elections, the voters roll closes. You cannot register after that date. However, if you are registered but you need to amend your voting station details, you can submit what is called a VEC 10 form. There will be a 15-day window period on the IEC website. You can simply submit that VEC 10 form to notify your intent to vote at a different voting station, but that only applies if you are already registered. So if you register on the new portal, you have to upload a valid copy of your passport. So if you don't have a valid passport right now, you can then submit your application for a new passport, and then if you are registered, and then submit the VEC 10 form. I'm hoping that makes sense. When you register on the new portal, for those of you abroad, you have to upload both an ID and a passport. And you need this for registration and on voting day. It's just part of the registration process. It is to prevent anyone who has lost their citizenship from being able to register to vote. However, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you have lost your citizenship, but you still have a valid ID and a valid South African passport, and you have not yet notified the government that you have lost your citizenship, therefore you are still deemed a citizen on South African Home Affairs list and on the voters roll. Wink, wink. Please do us all a favor. Please still register and please still vote if you are already registered. The new portal is in beta mode, so it is finicky. People are having a lot of problems. Please, please, please persevere with your registration, even if it takes you an hour or more. So read the user guide to make sure you upload your documents correctly and prevent any frustrations there. Make sure there's no shadows and reflections, things like that. Rather use an app like Cam Scanner to be able to upload your documents rather than taking a photo of it. If you are still getting issues, if it's timing out, if you're getting error messages, try clear your cache, your browser history, try a different browser. If you're still getting issues, copy and paste what the issue is, and please send it to me. I do liaise directly with the general manager for electoral matters at the IEC, so I can pop him a WhatsApp with the information that you send me, and we can try and resolve it for you, because every registration, every vote is important. Once you have completed the registration process, you will receive a confirmation email. Might come through immediately, a couple hours, couple days later. Please keep checking the voter registration on the IEC website to make sure that your details are correct. Make sure your name is spelled correctly, your ID number is correct, and the voting station where you intend to vote is correct. If you are seeing this in February 2024, if you're registering in February 2024, make sure you check daily, because you're getting really, really close to when the voters roll is going to close. So the voters roll is likely to close on or around the 8th of February. It can close anytime from the 5th of February onwards. So the 8th of February is the scheduled date for the State of the Nation address. That's likely when the president is going to announce it, either then or just after in parliamentary questions, like the next day or so. But once the voter registration closes, once on the day that the president announces the date of elections, you will not be able to register to vote the next day or any day after that. Voters roll closed, you cannot register to vote. So ideally make sure you and all your friends and family are registered by the 4th of February. So In-person voter registration weekend abroad is happening at the 120 foreign missions on either the 26th and 27th or 27th and 28th of January, depending on whether you are in the Middle East or not. Please make sure you check your nearest foreign mission website, social media for details. The second and final voter registration weekend in South Africa takes place on the 3rd and 4th of February. Make sure you are registered by then. Again, anytime after the 4th of Feb, the president can announce the voters' roll closes and you cannot vote. You cannot register to vote. So the IEC are working towards an election date in South Africa of the 22nd of May, which likely means we will vote abroad on the 8th of May. Now, we will not know these dates until the president actually announces them, but this is the dates that the IEC are working towards. We abroad vote 2 weeks prior to make sure that the votes get back in time to be counted. In 2014, we only voted 1 week before. A couple of voting stations didn't get back and didn't get counted in time, hence why we voted 2 weeks before. So please pencil in the date, 8th of May and 22nd of May, if you're going to be in South Africa. Those of us abroad will only be given the national ballot. So we do not live in one of the 9 provinces. We do not get the provincial ballot. I understand that voting abroad comes at a huge financial and logistical cost. I cannot emphasize this enough. Please make the sacrifice. The country needs it. Friends and family back home need it. If the shoe was on the other foot and you were the one stuck in South Africa and your friends and family were abroad, you would be begging and screaming and kicking off and desperate for them to register and to vote for political change. So please make the effort. Please make the sacrifice. Take a day or 2 off work if you have to, if you can. As soon as we know what the date of elections is going to be for certain, put your application in to get the day or 2 off, leave off. Make an adventure out of it. If you've got Safa friends nearby, if it's a case of doing a group booking to save money on train and bus tickets, carpooling, where it's going to be if you've got kids and you don't have any alternative arrangements for childcare, understandably somebody needs to stay behind. At least one person per household, please try and get them to vote. So if you've got someone who's lost their citizenship, they can stay and they can get a day off work, or they can still go to work and deal with the kids, whatever. And the other person who hasn't lost their citizenship can please come out and vote. Every vote truly does count. So yeah, make a day of it. On the busier voting stations, particularly London, is going to be really busy. In 2014, the queue was 4 hours long. There were more people in 2019. I don't know how long the queue was. Make a day of it. For the quieter ones, make half a day of it at least. Don't think you can drive into the outskirts of the city and book a couple of hours of parking. Don't think that you can just somewhere take a 10-minute smoke break or on your lunch break. You're going to be queuing. So yeah, ideally make a day of it. Voting process. So you will be asked to present your ID book and your passport. They will tick you off against the voters roll. If you wish to be an election monitor, please contact the party that you support and they can help you with that, or let me know. You can register to be an election monitor to help people inside on voting day. That is really, really important. I needed to make use of it when I voted in 2014. If you have any issues, you can ask, you can say, is there a party representative? There may not be a party that you support, but there may be another party person who you can ask for assistance. Make sure that they stamp the ballot on the back in front of you. If it is not stamped, you cannot use it. You will make sure you mark your X correctly, that you don't mark outside the box, otherwise it's not going to be counted. You will place your ballot into a blank envelope. Your ballot is a secret ballot. You will then place that into another envelope with your details on it. And again, this is where people say, but I thought it was a secret ballot. When it comes to the counting, for statistics, for counting how many people have voted, for checking that there's only one ballot per ID number, they will mark your details off, remove that outer envelope. Your envelope with your ballot inside of it, the blank envelope, goes into a different room to be counted. So it is a secret ballot. If you have any issues, if you have any questions, sorry, please do let me know, because I'm running out of time here. So, sorry. If you think that your vote does not count, please think again. Helen Zille, and you may not be a DA supporter. This is not about who the people are, who the party is. It is literally down to if your vote counts or not. Helen Zille became mayor of Cape Town by 3 votes. Chris Pappas became mayor of Mgeni by 42 votes. Your vote does count. Please register. Please vote. If you have any questions on any of this, please, by all means, let me know and I'll do my best to help you.